Hi guys, welcome back today to another interesting video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this fitted kaftan for a client, okay, with fringe, and it has a turtle neckline as well. So if you want to learn how to make a turtle neckline and a fitted kaftan, keep on watching guys. I'll see you guys, and don't forget to like and to subscribe. So guys, yeah, it's me. The first thing I'm just doing here is to bring out my length. Okay, your length is very important. Here I'm just drawing out the length, how long I want my kaftan to be. So the next thing I'm just doing here is to bring out my shoulder measurement plus 0.5 inches, because it's a loose garment, so it's very important I add that 0.5 inches to my shoulder measurement. The shoulder that I'm using here is 8, so I'm making it 8.5. So I'm also dropping my bust line by 0.5 inches as well. So the bust line I'm working with today is 8 inches, so I'm also dropping it by 0.5, so I'm marking 8.5 around there. Okay, so the waistline, which is the natural waistline, is 16 inches, and the hip line for this client is 24 inches as well. So here I'm just marking out the waistline, the hip line, and the bust line as well. Okay, so I'm just going to start imputing the body circumference measurement. So for the bust, I have bust 40. I'm putting the quarter measurement plus 1 inch for ease and another 1 inch for seam allowance as well. So for the waist, I'm also coming to the waistline, and I'm just adding the same measurement I added to my bust line. That's what I'm using for the waist, minus 1 inch. Okay, I have a total of 12 inches around the bust line, so I'm putting 11 inches at the waistline. Okay, because it's a free dress, you don't want the waist to be properly shaped. Okay, so I'm coming to the hem. I'm using the quarter of the hips measurement. Whatever I have on the hip, I'm bringing it to the hem, and I'm adding 3 inches to it to open that up, so that the client doesn't so that we don't have to have a slit, and also so that the client doesn't have any issues while walking. Okay, so for the hip I did the same thing. The hip is 46, the hip line is 11.5, the hip measurement is 11.5 quarter. I added 1 inch for ease, and I also added another 1 inch for seam allowance. So I brought that same measurement all the way to the hem. Whatever measurement I had at the hip line, I brought it to the hem, and I added 3 inches more to that to open up the hem. Okay, so that the client will have ease to move. So here I'm just connecting all of the measurements together, and I'm contouring the distance between the waist and the hip line to make sure I don't have any obvious hip curve. Remember, it's not a fitted dress, it's not a tight dress, it's a loose fitting kaftan. Okay, it's not a tight dress, so I'm just trying to make that place as straight as possible so it doesn't have any obvious curve. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to mark out my neck width. Because it's a turtle neckline, I'm going to be using 3 inches by 3 inches for the front, which is a standard for a turtleneck. Okay, so don't miss that. 3 by 3 is a standard for turtle neckline. So for the back is 3 by 1 inch. You are going to be using 1 inch depth for the back neckline and 3 inches wideness for the back neckline. So yeah, I'm just curving out the back neckline and the front neckline, because I'm going to be using this particular piece to cut out the back. So I'm also going to be shaping out my armhole. I'm also going to shape out the front and the back armhole together at the same time, so I can use this particular front piece to cut out the back of the dress. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to fold out the other fabric so I can place the front on it, so I can cut out the back. Okay, so the only thing that I'm just going to be doing here is to shape out the neckline and the armhole because they are different, and I'm going to be adding a zip allowance. Okay, so this is a loose dress. I'm just only adding zip because it's a turtleneck so that it can be easy for the client to wear it. If this wasn't a turtleneck loose fitting kaftan, there would have been no need for a zip. I would have just made the neckline a little bit open, and but now that we have a really high turtle neckline, we'll need to add a zip at the back. So yeah, I'm just moving the fabric and giving space for the zip allowance so that the back can have a zip allowance. So after doing that, I'm just going to start cutting, and I'm adding a zip allowance of 1 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to cut, and my back pattern, my back dress is ready as well. Okay, so after doing this, I'm going to cut the back open into two equal half. So I'll take off the front. So I'm just taking off the front so I can cut the back open to enable me to be able to fix up my zip at the back. So after doing this, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew the sides by 1 inch seam allowance. I'm also going to sew the shoulder by 0.5 inch seam allowance, which is exactly the allowance that I added there. So after that, I'm going to come back to you guys and I'll show us how to sew the turtle neckline. So yeah, I'm just bringing out the front pattern again. So now I'm going to take out the front neckline, and I'm also going to take out the front armhole. Okay, so I actually cut everything for the back here, so and I used it to cut out the back pattern. So now I'm taking out the front neck, and I'm also taking out the back armhole as well. Okay. So yeah, I'm just drafting out the turtleneck collar. I'm using the round neck on the dress which we just made already. So the total of the neck that I have is 18 inches all around. I have 18 inches, and I'm going to be making my collar to be as bold as 2 inches. Okay, so then I'm just adding 0.5 inch to that for sewing. So my collar boldness is 2.5 2 inches. So I'm going to be cutting times two of this because I need one to turn the other one. So that's exactly what I'm doing here, and my collar is ready. Okay, so I'm going to be adding some interfacing. I'm actually using a cloth stay here to make it really stand because it's like a stand collar. Okay, so after doing this, I'm going to go and sew the upper part of the collar before I sew the lower parts to the dress. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing this upper part which I'm showing here. So I've done that already. I've sewn the upper part and I've given it a good press. So the next thing for me to do is to take the turtleneck collar and to attach it to the dress. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to be finding the middle of both the dress and also the middle of the collar. I'm going to fold them both into equal half, and I'll notch the midpoint so I can place them both together at the midpoint for accuracy when sewing. Okay, so yeah, I'm just notching the midpoint of the collar. I'm also going to be notching the midpoint of the dress. Hi guys, so here's what the collar looks like, guys. So we are done sewing the collar right now, and this is how it looks on the inside. There's actually a rough edge on the inside, but I'm going to be using my weaving machine to weave that out to make it really neat. So but yeah, I'm just notching it so that the collar can relax more. So after this, I'll take it to the weaving machine, then I'll really weave that part so that it can look all nice. It can look all nice and neat on the inside, guys. So I really hope that you're able to learn something from this video. So I went ahead to add my sleeves. I also went ahead to add the zip at the back. So NEPA took light. I wasn't able to finish up the video with you guys where I sewed the fringe, but what I actually did with the fringe is I just used my chalk to draw out all of my style lines, and I was good to go. Then I just started following all of the style lines and I was sewing. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.